The Occupational and Professional Licensing Subcommittee of the Committee on Regulated Industries will come to order. I'm going to give y'all just about a half a second to say your silent prayer, and then we'll move forward. Amen. Senator Hodges, and introduce your compadre to us.
Thank you, Mr. Basine is the Executive Director of the Georgia Board of Healthcare Workforce. This particular bill, Senate Bill 131, is agency legislation for the Georgia Board. And very short presentation, but before I do that, if it's okay with you, we'll let Chet give you my colleagues, a kind of a thumbnail sketch of the Healthcare Workforce Board and what you do, what they do for you.
Thank you.
Do that fairly quickly. Thank you.
Will do. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Chairman Deloach and the committee. Georgia Board Healthcare Workforce, we are administratively attached to DCH. We are an agency that has 15 board members that have all been nominated by Governor Kemp and confirmed in by the Senate. Most of our board members are physicians, but we do have one dentist, one physician assistant, one nurse practitioner, and one what we call non-healthcare affiliated. He's a commercial banker. And in the high level, our agency administers just under $200 million a year in loan repayment programs. This is all summarized. The $200 million is a roll-up. Loan repayment for all types of healthcare licensures, physicians, dentists, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, nurse faculty, so nurses who train nurses on a full-time basis, and last but not least, a full consortium of behavioral health from psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists, counselors, social workers, the whole team, basically. And then we administer the operating grants for both schools of Mercer and Morehouse's schools of medicine. And then we do administer lots of monies for graduate medical education. Physicians in training is what they're known as, in addition to a variety of other programs. And then we are also very well known. It's probably our number one reason what we're known for is we do extensive supply and distribution studies for the state of Georgia using licensing exam. We have a robust set of data accessible on our website. We work with GDAC to visualize that, and it's for anybody to download or view for whatever their needs are, whether they're academic, consumer, consultant, whomever. But we aim to be very transparent with the facts. So that's us in a nutshell.
Members of the committee, y'all have any questions? Just of those comments. Okay, Senator Hodges, if you want to tell us about your bill.
Again, thank you, Mr. Chairman and colleagues. Have Senate Bill 131, LC number 550520S. This bill is pretty simple. It establishes a healthcare professional data system across the state. The purpose of the bill is to provide better healthcare information to Georgia healthcare planners and also healthcare consumers. And it does that by establishing a statewide website, a list of all healthcare providers, and they're listed by some demographical information by their age, by their language proficiency, by their gender, by their ethnicity, by their location of practice, and by their license type. And this bill does this by amending Chapter 10 of Title 49, sets up a new code section 49-10-8, and there is a list. Section 1 in the bill lists the licensed healthcare professionals affected in lines 17 through 34 in the bill. There's 28 different professionals. It also lists the licensing boards affected. There's 15 boards, and they're in lines 36 through 50. This bill directs collaboration between the licensing boards and the Georgia Board of Healthcare Workforce, so the boards can give the information to the GBHCW to establish that professional data system. And again, the bill defines the data to collect and list its age, language, proficiency, gender, ethnicity, location of practice, and license type. And very important, there is no personal information listed. It also authorizes the board to seek federal or other sources of funding, grants, if you will, to help pay for creating and maintaining this list. And basically, the list will be used by two types of people. Number one, it would be used by healthcare planners, so they could look at the entire state of Georgia and figure out if we had a problem, if we had a so-called healthcare desert of any type of provider in any particular part of the state. And it also could be used by consumers who are looking for a particular type of healthcare provider that is close to them. So that's pretty much basically the bill. I would, Mr. Chairman, entertain any questions that you might have.
Members of the committee, you have questions of the Senator Hodges?
Yeah. Now, I assume that the name of the provider's going to be in this information.
I got you.
Yeah, that's good. The name of the provider is going to be in this information, right? Because you got age,
No.
gender.
No.
No names.
No names. Okay. Here's a problem I want you to think about. I'm good with the bill, but something we ran into years ago with geo access numbers is that you have a provider that may have practices in 3 different towns, and that's not uncommon, especially in our rural areas. So they would show up in that geo access as 3 different dentists when there's only one. And that plays havoc with some of our information on like Medicaid providers and things like that. So yeah, if you had NPI number in here,
I don't believe the licensing boards capture the NPI numbers right
okay,
now.
so that would identify them without names.
What we could do is, on the back end, not for public, just to make sure that the data is good,
Yeah.
To your point, is use the state-issued licensing number
Yeah,
to
that'd
match them to these, say, 3 different
Okay.
locations, and then just list it that way that, because we could use a unique identifier. Instead of using their license number, we could call it Alpha for the sake of this conversation, and then say Alpha is in these 3 different cities. So that way, it's delineated, it's one person, 3 spots.
Right. That would solve the problem.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
So, Chairman Hawkins, if he's doing that, are we still good with the bill?
Absolutely. It's a good
Okay.
bill.
Well, if there are no other questions, is anyone here that wishes to speak to this bill? I see none. We're in a posture for a motion. Got a motion to do pass. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. Your bill's in the full committee. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Senator Walker.
Mr. Chairman, committee, hope y'all are doing well today.
We are glad to have you here, and I thank you for your kindness yesterday, and I trust this committee will certainly return that favor. You want to tell us about your bill?
Yes, sir. Senate Bill 125 LC 469001 does what we call decoupling for professional engineers. Currently, they finish their academic requirements and take, I believe, what's called a FPE exam, FTE, FE, and then they have their field experience that they have to complete, and then they take their PE exam after the field experience, which can be, I think, 4 to 7, 8 years. And they tell me that the PE exam has gotten to be it's more of an academic exam, and they would like to be able to allow them to take that PE exam after they take their FE exam, immediately following their academic coursework, and they think it'll help their pass-fail rate and allow us to have hopefully more engineers in our growing state. So it does not reduce any of the field experience requirements to get their final license. It just reorders when they can take the PE exam. Allows them to take it sooner.
Thank you, sir. Members of the committee, you have questions of Chairman Walker?
No?
No questions. Is there anyone here that would wish to speak to the bill? I see none. We're in a posture, but we're ready for a motion.
I make a motion to pass.
Got a motion and a second. Do pass. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. Your bill's under full committee.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you for being
Thank
here.
y'all. Yes, sir.